So second video, please open your books at page 99 and 100. So we are going to proceed with progress check. So together with me, page 99 and 100, progress check 6. So we are going to deal with 2 pages, as you can see here. Okay, the first one, it has to do with strange foods of the world. So it is a text, and we are going to answer to certain questions of the text. And number 6, it is a revision of the whole module 6. Okay, so let's deal with the first one. So read the text and decide if the statements are true or false. So we have to read the text first of all. Before we read the text, please let's have a look at the 6 sentences here, at the 6 statements that later on, after reading the text, we are going to decide if they are true or false. So swifts have to do some work before bird's nest soup can be made. People eat haggis with traditional side dishes. You are going to understand what it is haggis. Do you remember side dishes? For example, if my main course it is, let's say, beef, so my side dish it is maybe potatoes or mushrooms or a salad. The writer says some people are disgusted by the way haggis looks. So it means that the haggis looks to them awful, not good. Inuit ice cream has the same ingredients as traditional ice cream. Some people like the smell of durian fruit. It is an Asian fruit. You can't eat durian fruit anywhere you want. Okay, so here are the 6 statements. But before, let's have a look at our text. So you know that I'm going to read it for you in order to give you one correct pronunciation, as much as I can, of course. Okay, so please follow me. Strange foods of the world. For the enthusiastic world traveler, trying local delicacies can be one of the most exciting things to do on a trip. There's triple chocolate ice cream in Italy or spicy beef field flour tortillas in Mexico. But some local dishes may require a slightly stronger stomach. Here we explore the darker corners of the global menu. A traditional starter in many menus is a bowl of wholesome soup. But if you see bird's nest soup on the menu, the only thing you might be swallowing is a dry gulp. As its name suggests, this highly prized Asian delicacy is made from the nest of a bird, the swift. The swift uses its saliva as a cement when building the nests. When the nests are boiled in water, they make a thick, sticky soup. This soup is traditionally believed to provide many health benefits, such as helping digestion, improving your voice, and boosting your immune system. The delicacy comes at a price, though. The top price for a kilo of bird's nest can be as much as £5,000. A famous main dish known as the dish of Scotland is haggis. Haggis, okay? So Scotland dish. It's a hearty meal made of sheep's heart, liver and lungs, which is usually served with nips and tatties, or mashed turnips and potatoes. Haggis has been enjoyed by locals for centuries, and they have even dedicated a poem to it named Address to a Haggis. People often turn their noses up when they hear its ingredients, especially when they find out that offal, the internal organs of an animal, is stuffed into an animal's stomach and boiled for 3 hours. You may prefer to watch a haggis rather than eat one. If so, don't miss the Scottish Haggis Hurling Championships, where contestants hurl their haggises as far as possible. Moving on to dessert, as if the Arctic Circle isn't cold enough, Inuits have been making their very own version of ice cream for generations, known to locals as akutak. I think so that I pronounced it well. Although it is said to taste creamy like ice cream as we know it, it's actually made from animal fat. If you've got a sweet tooth, it probably won't satisfy you either. Flavors include dried salmon eggs, fish, and berry. Many people around the world enjoy ending their meal with a plate of fresh seasonal fruit. However, your nostrils may not be so appreciative of the smelliest fruit in the world, the durian fruit. Found in Asia, people react to its unique smell in different ways, ranging from total disgust to deep appreciation. Although it is described as tasting like creamy almonds, the smell is compared to smelly gym socks of or rotten meal. meat. In fact, it's so smelly that it has even been banned from some public transport and hotels in Asia. Finally, how about sampling some Sardinian cheese? Sometimes referred to as maggot cheese, casu marzu is a cheese made from sheep's milk and the larvae of cheese flies. As the cheese ferments, the larvae hatch and begin feeding. This is what gives the cheese its unique flavor. When it is ready to eat, some people carefully remove all the maggots, whereas others leave some in, believing it adds to the taste. Whatever food you find yourself faced with on your travels, bear in mind that some foods you enjoy at home might seem disgusting in other countries too. For example, blue cheese, cheese with mold in it, is popular in Europe but considered revolting by many Asians. So if you have the courage to try some of the world's strangest foods, then go for it. Perhaps you will even find out that maggot cheese doesn't taste as bad as it sounds. So here it is the text, and now you have to deal with the six statements here in order to classify them as true or false. Before you classify them as true or false, please let me explain you some of the words that we saw into the text. Okay, so for example, delicacy, a special or rare type of food. Require, to need.
Wholesome.
Healthy.
Gulp.
The act of swallowing loudly.
Saliva,
the liquid produced inside our mouth.
Cement,
A material which binds things together.
Digestion,
The process in which our bodies take the things it needs from the food we eat.
Hearty,
it doesn't have to do something with the heart. It means for a meal, when our meal it is large. Nips and tatties, turnips and potatoes. Okay?
Offal,
The organs of animals which are cooked and eaten.
Hurling,
a sport popular in Scotland and Ireland.
Nostril,
So each of the holes at the end of our nose.
Durian fruit,
An Asian fruit.
Disgust,
It means a strong feeling of dislike, something that we find it disgusting or awful. Larva, the plural of it is larvae, as we saw it into the text, the form of some insects after they have hatched from their eggs and before they are fully developed. Then we have ferment of foods and drinks to undergo a chemical change when left over time. For example, we have the grapes. In order to make them wine, we let them ferment. So this procedure, it is called ferment. Hatch of birds to be born from an egg. Mold, the bacteria which grow on food that is not fresh.
Revolting.
Disgusting. Okay, so please let's proceed with the six statements. Before you deal with the six statements, I want to remind you that I don't only to tell me if it is true or false, but also to find out into the text why it is true, why it is false, as we do in the text, in the classroom. Sorry. So stop the recording, do them, and let's check them together. So, okay, so sweets have to do some work before bird's nest soup can be made. It is true. Which is their word? They use its saliva as a semen when building the nest. People eat haggis with traditional side dishes. Yes. Do you remember? With nips and tatties, or mashed turnips and potatoes. Okay. Do you know what is turnips? Where is it? I'm sorry. So turnips. Okay. Do you know what is it? Repka. Okay, so the writer says some people are disgusted by the way haggis looks. It is false, because it says people often turn their noses up when they hear its ingredients. Not always, often. Okay, Inuit ice cream has the same ingredients as traditional ice cream. It is false because it looks like the ice cream, but it is not. It is not an ice cream actually. So it's actually made from animal fat, as you can see here, and flavors include dried salmon eggs, fish, and berry. Some people like the smell of durian fruit. It is true. Okay, so some people like it, some people no. Some people appreciate it, some people no. Disgust. They find its flavor as disgusting. You can eat durian fruit anywhere you want. It is true. Even it is said here that some places in Asia don't allow it. So in fact, it's so smelly that it has even been banned from some public transport and hotels in Asia. Okay, so let's proceed with the second exercise regarding maggot cheese. What is not always the same? It is not always the same the way people eat it, because some people like it before they eat it, they carefully remove all the maggots. Some people know they leave some because they believe that it makes the flavor of the food better. Okay, and in the final paragraph, the writer do what? Challenges the writer to try new food, because it says here, so if you have the courage to try some of the world's strangest foods, then go for it. Okay, so then go for it. So we finished with the first part of the progress check with our text. Let's proceed with the second part, page 100, please. Okay, so speaking, too easy. And speaking, it has to do with asking and giving advice. It is too easy. So I'm so stressed, I can't even sleep. Okay, so, oh dear, have you thought about joining a gym? So, do you think that will work? What do you think I should do? Okay, so why don't you cut down on fast food? Cut down to reduce. Okay, so you had to deal with these words, too easy: relief, swelling, illness, port, crunchy heel, seep, irritability. Okay, so stop the recording, do the exercise. So in winter, I love to sip a hot cup of tea. Do you remember to sip? Okay, to drink in small amounts, because our drink, it is too hot, and especially we say this for tea or for the coffee. It took him a month to recover from his illness. Lack of sleep can lead to what? Irritability and an overall bad mood, nervousness. Okay, so not feeling comfortable. Okay, nervous. Your eggs, instead of frying them, it's healthier. So to do what? To poach. I don't like soft fruit. I prefer it crunchy. It took a week for the swelling in her foot to go down. How long will it take for the wound to heal? Some aspirin should relieve your headache. Let's proceed with number 5, that it is grammar. Here we have to do with wishes and conditionals. Please have a look at wishes and conditional. They are found at module 6, 6C. Okay, so here we have the wishes, type 1, with the wishes, so that you have to deal with type 1, 0, type 1, 2, and 3. Okay, and here you have to deal with deal with wishes and conditionals. So I wish the dentist would see me soon. I'm about to pass out from the pain, okay, to lose my consciousness. It will do you a lot of good if you eat more fresh vegetables. So it will do you a lot of good if you ate more fresh vegetables. It is the second conditional. If she cuts sugary foods out of her diet, she will find it easier to lose weight. If I hadn't bumped into the table, I wouldn't have this huge bruise on my foot now. I wish if